Yo, check it out, I gotta speak the truth about the hardest working small channel in the crypto booth.
Roger Ver and BlackRock. In today's updates, make sure to smash the likes on this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get going. Welcome back to the Crypto Father channel. Today is the 13th of December. It's the 13th, Friday the 13th. Crazy stuff. Hope you had a good week. This is the last upload for this week, quite possibly. I might make another one on the weekend, but who knows? Let's see what the weekend brings. I got stuff to do on the weekend that I enjoy doing. I hit the mountains and collect some Silencio points for the upcoming airdrop that's happening. If you haven't started doing that just yet, then check out Silencio. Check out my other videos on Silencio. Download the app and start earning some points towards your Silencio airdrop upcoming sometime soon, because you may be missing out on a huge airdrop. Personally, I've been racking in those points. I've ranked up to 2,800. My goal is to get to 2,500. I was at 2,700 just yesterday, but of course this fluctuates, it changes. But this is where I'm at right now. 500,000 Silencio points assigned in the beta airdrop, so that's nice to see. Referrals, 20% share of the referrals, and 264,000 in my own doing. So if you haven't joined Silencio yet, you can still do it now, and you can still get 20% of referrals from your friends when you refer your friends. And of course, when you join now, you get 200 points of Silencio towards your bonus. So get that done now, because the airdrop's coming up soon, and I think the 20% bonus is going to disappear. One of them, the referral bonus, is going to be deleted, so you no longer will be able to make 40% bonuses basically on referrals and collection of tokens or coins, rather, or points. Last weekend I headed up the mountain Gunwale Sun, 1100 meters, or maybe it was 1058 meters. So that was Gunwale Sun. I've made a video about that. That's going to be coming up too as well on my other channel. And this weekend is another mountain that's on schedule, 1250 meters, I believe, and there's going to be a lot more Silencio points coming that way too. Yesterday I brought to you an interview. I mentioned an interview with Tucker Carlson and Roger Ver, in which Roger Ver was introducing his book, and he was talking about the possibility that the US government has been trying to subvert Bitcoin from as early as 2011, and that the persecution that he's facing right now, the 109 years, possible 109 years in prison that he's facing on some trumped up charges in regards to unpaid taxes, may have something to do with the book that he published just recently, in which he talks about the way the US government was involved in the subversion of Bitcoin since 2011. And basically his premise is that the US government has been trying to keep Bitcoin under its wraps, that if it hadn't been for the attempts to subvert Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, then we'd probably be seeing Bitcoin at $100,000 a lot sooner than we are right now. The points that Roger Ver was making was that the time that it took for Bitcoin to reach $100,000 was enough time for venture capitals, for banks and other institutions to get their things together to basically catch up to the market, because they were very late in getting in on the Bitcoin action and cryptocurrencies in general. And so these institutions required time in order to get themselves aligned with the possible gains that crypto was providing, and so now they can be in control of it more so than they were able to do so in the past. In regards to bitcointalk.org, Ver says that somebody out there literally made the forum unusable as early as 2011, and around the same time we already know that the CIA was interested in Bitcoin, because they were asking different Bitcoin developers, hey, can you explain Bitcoin to us? So way back when the vast majority of the world hadn't even heard of Bitcoin yet, the CIA was looking into it, and somebody was actively preventing it from spreading as quickly as it otherwise could have by shutting down the forum effectively when so many new people were coming to Bitcoin to learn about it for the first time. This is all in an interview with Tucker Carlson, which I linked to the video yesterday. Ver was an early supporter of Bitcoin and then later decided to support Bitcoin Cash, and the reason why that occurred was because he was on the side. So The idea for Bitcoin was to enlarge the block sizes because that would make the cryptocurrency more stable while it was developing, while it was growing, and it was taking on more and more people. And so there were two camps in the book titled The Blockchain Wars, or The Blockchain War. The two camps of supporters for Bitcoin, for the small block supporters and the large block supporters, basically talks about the two different camps of people who wanted to keep Bitcoin at small blocks and those people who wanted to keep Bitcoin at large blocks. And the reason why Roger Ver moved on to Bitcoin Cash was because Bitcoin Cash was providing larger blocks, which was something that Roger Ver was supporting. So he wasn't necessarily a Bitcoin Cash supporter. Initially, he was supporting Bitcoin, and so from his point of view, Bitcoin stopped being the product of Satoshi Nakamoto when the block sizes were not developed to a larger size as they should have been in his mind. And so he was hoping that Bitcoin Cash would be the answer to that. And of course, Bitcoin Cash didn't really take off, but Bitcoin Cash is essentially what Bitcoin is, but with larger block sizes. Ver, an early investor of Bitcoin who later decided to support Bitcoin Cash, claims that propaganda possibly from the US intelligence agencies was spread to trick people into believing it was important to keep the Bitcoin block sizes small. Ver was a vocal big blocker in the Bitcoin block size war who wanted to increase Bitcoin block sizes to enable cheaper, faster transactions. Small blockers like Blockstream chief executive Adam Back argued that Bitcoin's original 1 megabyte size block kept the network decentralized. Ver was arrested in Spain in late April at the direction of the US Department of Justice and faced multiple charges, including mail fraud, tax evasion, and filing false tax returns. And this stems all from his companies from back in before 2014. Despite renouncing his U.S. citizenship in 2014 after obtaining citizenship in St. Kitts and Nevis, authorities say Ver should have filed taxes that reported capital gains from the sale of his worldwide assets, including his Bitcoin, and reported the fair market value of his assets. And back then, and now I don't know if that's still true, but basically Ver had about 70,000 Bitcoin belonging to him and his companies, which back then was the highest number, I think, of all Bitcoin being held by any single individual. Right now, we've got MicroStrategy with something like 420,000 Bitcoin, but back then, Roger Ver would have been the only person to have as much Bitcoin. He basically would have been the Michael Saylor of today. So, if you'd like to support Roger Ver, go ahead to freerogernow.org and sign the petition. You can sign it, fill in your details, and make sure that this guy doesn't get put in jail for 109 years, because that would be absolutely ridiculous. Personally, don't know him, never really followed him, but I think what he stands for is important, and the trumped up charges that he's facing, the 109 years in prison for tax evasion for something that he didn't really have to pay because he wasn't even a US citizen, is a bit off. So give it a whirl. Right now, 12,440 people out of 20,000 have signed the petition. Be one of the other ones to sign the petition. Continue growing it. BlackRock has something to say on how much Bitcoin is a reasonable amount to hold in your portfolio. So they say that anywhere between 1 to 2% is a reasonable amount of Bitcoin to have in your portfolio. The recommendation applies to investors who wish to hold Bitcoin, the assessment manager says. BlackRock said that up to 2% portfolio allocation is reasonable for investors who wish to hold Bitcoin, and cautions that large allocations would sharply increase Bitcoin's share of the overall portfolio risk. It's kind of strange to see 1.2% when I think most of crypto holders are looking at like a 40% Bitcoin. But I mean, granted, if you're an investor in all kinds of stuff, then you're looking at like 40 or 50% of Bitcoin allocation out of your entire crypto allocation. They're talking about the Magnificent Seven, which includes companies such as Amazon, Microsoft, and Nvidia. And according to BlackRock, the Magnificent portfolio should be comprised of 60% of stocks and 40% of fixed income assets. And out of that, you should have 1.1 or 2% allocated to Bitcoin. No more than that. BlackRock manages approximately 11.5 trillion in assets. It also sponsors the largest spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund, iShares Bitcoin Trust IBIT, which holds net assets of nearly 54 billion. So based on that assumption, based on what BlackRock is saying, I don't think we're going to see a much higher amount of Bitcoin being held by these guys than what they already have, unless their overall asset under management goes up. So if we were to see BlackRock's assets increase to 20 trillion, then the number of Bitcoin that they hold would also increase. I guess seeing, staying in line with their suggestions of 1 to 2% of overall Bitcoin holdings. This is an interesting bit here. According to BlackRock, investors need to think about Bitcoin's expected returns in a different way. It has no underlying cash flows for estimating future returns. What matters, the extent of adoption, basically saying that the more people adopt Bitcoin, the higher the price goes. And that's spot on. Bitcoin may also provide a more diversified source of return, BlackRock said, adding, "We see no intrinsic reason why Bitcoin should be correlated with major risk assets over the long term, given its value is driven by such distinct drivers." That is it. Every single time after the halving, every single bull run, there is talk of retail getting in. So initially, there was only retail. Now we've got Wall Street and venture capitals, but no retail just yet. And so everybody's waiting for retail to jump in order for there to be a cash flow, in order to see Bitcoin prices go up, which means the more people, the higher the adoption, the higher the price of Bitcoin is. But if we were to hit a stalemate in terms of adoption for Bitcoin, meaning that there would be no more money flowing into the system, then Bitcoin would basically stabilize. And I guess the assumption that BlackRock is making is that by some future time, long-term Bitcoin could potentially also become less risky, but at that point it might no longer have a structural catalyst for further sizable price increases, meaning that there would just not be enough money to go into the asset to pump it any further. And at that point, investors may prefer to use it tactically to hedge against specific risks similar to gold. So for now, the money is to be made in the ups and the downs. So the idea that there is no more, the 4-year cycle is done, as it was stated by Sheldon, and as it is stated by many others, is bogus. Don't listen to that. For as long as there is Bitcoin, for as long as there is profit to be made, venture capitals will seek to make profits. And it's time and time again, companies and banks stated very clearly that they will do anything to get as much profit out of the market as possible, ruthlessly so. That's also been stated in a number of explanations. So don't expect that Bitcoin will not be used as a means for securing profits. The dump will come, the bear market will come, and if you think that the 4-year cycles are done, you'll be stuck with your Bitcoin, with your shitty altcoins that are going to dump 90% or more, and you'll be wishing that you had not listened to the likes of Sheldon, and you'll be wishing that you had not listened to the likes of Carl the Moon, which is the other side of the flip coin, in that he predicts Bitcoin to go up to $1 million within this bull run. It's not going to happen. We're going to hit maybe $200,000. If we get that far, we'll be lucky, I think. And after that, it's a sell-off, it's profit taking, and anybody who still hopes for higher highs is going to be left with their bags. So don't be that person. Don't be that dude. I certainly am not planning on being one of those guys. One last thing before I disappear on this beautiful Friday afternoon, or Friday morning rather. The Cent wallet has a special on. You can pick up a very nice biometric wallet for a 44% discount if you purchase one of them. If you get a pair of these suckers, you'll get a 47% discount. Additionally to the price that you see here, you'll receive a $10 additional discount if you make the purchase with the Crypto Father ref link, which is has been made specifically for the Crypto Father channel. So you're getting 2 Descent biometric wallets for $169, or you receive 1 Descent biometric wallet for $89.99. additionally, I think I've been saying additionally too much. In addition, if you are within the first 1,000 entries, purchases made before January 5th, you stand a chance to be eligible for the airdrop that's coming up, which is going to be worth around $50. So technically you could get this wallet for about $39, like literally $39 for this fantastic biometric wallet, which normally costs $159. You're getting this at a special discount here on Christmas and with the Crypto Father discount code. So get that sucker done. It's below the video. People are snapping it up fast. You can only buy if it's shipped internationally or anywhere else, you can only purchase make one order per day. So if you want to buy more than that for Christmas and send them out to your friends and family members as gifts, then I suggest you start doing it now, because you know time is running out. There's 11 days left. Where is the timer? 11 days left till this deal is up. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for your support so far. Smash up the likes. Please remember to do that. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and help me continue make the content on this wonderful channel. I will see you in the next video, maybe over the weekend, most likely on Monday. Have a good weekend. Enjoy Friday 13th.